On today's Minute of the Apes, we are on a time schedule. We got to wrap. We got to go. We got to get Richard to Zeus. Let's talk
stores
apes.
To open.
Yeah, stores to open.
Exercise with an ape maker, human down. It talks. Working with a divine bound.
We are determined to know what the apes want, war or peace.
They are the good humans, it's a good human.
And if it is man's destiny one day to be dominated, then, oh, please, God, let him be dominated by such as you.
Hello and welcome to Minute of the Apes, the daily podcast where we break down every minute of the Planet of the Apes movies, 1 minute at a time. And you already heard both of them. That was Richard and Sean.
So
let's talk
real
apes.
Quick, am I the only one that listens to our podcast when it comes out?
That's an unfair question because I listen to the edit.
You edit it so much, but when it actually comes out on Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, do you download it and listen to it?
I have it downloaded because I'm being producer boy and checking the quality to make sure it's there, but I don't really then play it and listen to it.
What about you, Richard?
I don't listen to podcasts.
There are no wrong answers.
I don't watch
answers.
I don't watch YouTube videos. I don't listen to podcasts.
He's on a podcast that tons of people listen to, but he doesn't listen. I
don't legitimately watch YouTube videos. I don't typically watch stuff people send me to look at. Sorry, Sean. I don't.
Oh, you don't watch the videos? Oh, fuck you.
I don't, because typically I'm at Zeus, and so what happens is I have like a 3-minute period from here to the gym, or from the gym to Zeus. I don't live very far away. I work 7 days a week. And when I'm at Zeus, I have music playing, but I've got customers in the store. So I don't really have these moments where I can just kind of process and listen to things. And people think that it's exciting to work in a comic shop. I don't read comics for 9 hours a day because I'm at the store working.
You read comics when you're at home, don't you?
Yeah. I do, but if I started reading comic books at work, I tone it
you wouldn't pay attention to work.
I'm not paying it exactly. So that's one of the reasons why I don't watch videos or listen to podcasts. I don't listen to news podcasts. I don't listen to the news. I read it very quickly if I have a chance to read it online, and that's about it.
And
the only reason I asked is because
let me throw this out before you say it. And for me, I don't listen because I've already heard it, and I have podcasts I listen to. Right now I'm obsessed. Roger Deakins, the great cinematographer, actually hosts a new podcast called Team Deakins where he's talking about film production. I would rather hear that than hear myself talk about something already. I'm sorry?
They didn't call it Deakins Geekins?
No, they didn't. But, I mean, I'll listen to podcasts. I'm different from Richard in that way that I do listen. There are things about music I like to listen to. I just, after having done it, edited it, I don't want to listen to it again. So why do you ask if we listen?
Well, every now and then, whenever I hear you during the introduction, I hear, today's Minute of the Apes, blah, 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 blah. And then in my mind, I hear, wah, wah, and then the music starting. I just didn't know if anybody else heard the introduction starting after somebody giving the teaser.
So, Richard, I don't know if you've even ever heard the theme song. So when we record these, this time through it, and I've been saying it forever that we were going to do it, where I actually play, that I actually make this movie a live production.
I'm the worst.
So the theme music originally had lyrics. We've taken that out now, and now what it is just music that I wrote. And the very first of it is that bugle whenever they're doing the hunt through the cornfield. And then the music starts, and then I drop sound clips from each of the films kind of into the music.
Only good human is a dead human.
Right, and just putting all that stuff in there, So that's why Sean says that. We don't hear it here, but I will tell you this. I'm about to cut a shorter version because I want to do it live, and I don't want to listen to the entire thing every time. Which
you don't want to hear the whole thing? All right.
But that is some of the trials and tribulations of production, and it is a little bit hellacious doing this the way we do, which is we record it, then I have to go through, drop the music and the sound bites in. That's one of the reasons I cut the monkey bleeps, too much stuff. Next time around, boys, I'm telling you, when we go for battle, this is the way it happens. I will work with Sean, and we're going to have a Google Drive where we don't even have to question what clips we're looking at. You'll go to Google Drive and watch your clips from there. Okay. And it'll be, and then that way when we do it live, I can just play it back and it's ready to go. So, boy, that's a lot of housekeeping behind the scene, but I guess that's interesting, right? Minute 79. Let's get on with it. Sean, tell us what's happening. Minute 79.
All right, we're going to start minute 79 with Caesar storming the communications room and ends with an ape beating or choking, more accurately, a dead horse.
Beating or choking a dead horse. I like it. Anyway,
I didn't quite understand when you put that in the notes that this is where that minute ends. I was like, we go back outside and we beat a dead horse.
Oh no!
Because of this movie, it literally could be a beating.
It could have happened, yeah, potentially, yeah.
All right, let's take a listen to minute 79 of Conquest of the Planet of the Apes.
Go!
As of minute 79, we've got a courtyard worth of gorillas, chimpanzees, orangutan, deported apes. Caesar leading the charge. We got dead people in the revolutions. We got dead apes in the revolutions. Oh, we got blood-splattered apes all over the place. Breck is going crazy. It's a madhouse. Oh, wait. No Armando. That's right.
Yes, no Armando. Unless that's the dead horse? I don't know. Is that where we're going?
We just see an ape just beating on Armando's corpse out of nowhere.
I know that no matter what, my first note was something I was so excited about, and it's probably not going to be where you guys start, but we got these apes bursting into the room.
The door falls down, and Caesar's leading the charge shooting. He doesn't know that the apes in there are dead. For all he knows, they could have overtaken the humans and won, but he comes in shooting. Anyway,
so before we get into all the shooting, because this is a lot of fun when you start talking about what are they shooting at. It's almost like, whack-a-mole where the people are jumping up and all this and getting shot.
Yeah.
But what I loved is I think that we have a spotting of Gaping Ape's great-grandfather, who runs through with his mouth open with his shotgun like a billy club instead of handling it like a gun. I swear to God, that's
he's holding like a baseball bat.
Yeah, it's like, and I thought
that was yes.
I loved him.
Yes.
But the funny thing is, I actually kind of like that because not every one of these apes is going to get the gun. Even though they're seeing everybody do it, you would think he'd pick up on it. But for him to come in with that club and the mouth up, and I was like, oh, Gaping Ape.
It's kind of like the video that I showed you a long time ago of the orangutan who's seen people use a hammer. So he thinks you just hit a piece of metal and that makes it work. He's seen people use the gun, so you think you hold the gun, and that makes people die.
Is it tonally inaccurate that it would have been funny if he's holding it and he accidentally shoots
himself?
And
he shot himself in the foot? Yeah.
All right, so we get these apes bursting in, and back to the whack-a-mole type thing. That's the best analogy I could find for we don't ever see the humans we care about, Breck and McDonald. We don't see them hide. We don't get a shot of them hunkering.
You get a shot of Breck ducking down, and that's it.
And there's not enough to say, a nice shot. Maybe they didn't have the time to get a setup to where you could see behind that console down to the door. You don't see enough of that. It becomes almost like, holy shit, is everybody dead who's up there? The way this is shot. And that's why then we start seeing people fall and jump over.
And this is where we
And
get
he
a
just
little
gave
difference.
he just gave
between
the
two
coward
cuts.
speech.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
By the way, there's a
Only
difference
the
between the
cowards
two
survive.
cuts. There's two differences in this scene, in this cut, in this minute from mine and yours. And the big one is when they come in, right? First thing they do is they take down the guards. Well, their guards are not in mine. Their guards are not in mine at all. They immediately come right in, come down to the corner. We got the ape with the gunshot upside down, and Caesar starts shooting up above, and we see the guys fall off up above. I never see them kill the guards.
And in our cut, and the cut that Todd and I are watching, then the guards that fall over the top shelf fall over. Then you see Caesar shoot some more, and then they cut to a shot of 3 guards, and the guard that's closest to the camera gets the Caesar Williams red paint in the face, and then the other 2 guards fall over as if they were shot as well. So that's another really violent thing that was cut out for the G rating.
No blood in mine.
Yeah, Richard has the bloodless version.
Well,
and so then we get more Caesar just wailing on more, because I think there's one ape that has a handgun that's shooting, but all the other apes are holding their guns improperly. But Caesar is the one just.
So I have a question. I don't know that much about rifles.
Okay.
Do they really shoot off these giant bursts of flame when they shoot out?
Some do.
Is that a cinematic? Is that a cinematic effect?
It is a cinematic effect. So those blanks actually have.
They also have a lot of powder in it and stuff to make you see.
To make it look like stuff is coming out.
And I'm probably saying this incorrectly because I'm not a gun person either, but I know that
there are muzzle flashes.
You do get a muzzle flash, but they actually put things within the barrel to prohibit any shrapnel from projecting forward, and that in turn dissipates out the flame. So they can put rounds in there that do a more flashy type burst.
So yeah, in older movies like this,
because Caesar's producing a lot of flame in this one.
Yeah, in older movies like this, they're using blanks, and blanks have big muzzle flashes to show that they're being shot. Otherwise, what's the point? You could just recoil and have stuff fall out. And in newer movies, a lot of times they actually do it digital now instead of using stuff, and so to the point where they have to remind actors not to go bang 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 pew 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 because. Yeah, we're going to put that in later. Well, because they're used to a recoil from a blank versus there's nothing going on now. We're going to put it in digital.
I'm going to jump for Star Wars again, but those old rifles they used for the Stormtrooper rifles and so many of the actual in the original trilogy were real guns, like the Stormtrooper rifle is based on a Nazi weapon, and they used rounds that produced smoke so that the gun would actually seem. Instead of just, that weird laser thing where something comes out of it, they wanted that explosion.
Yeah, that's why you actually had little smoke coming out of the end of the Stormtroopers' guns and everything. Yeah.
So they can control what that is.
Well, I mean, even in the earlier riot scenes, there's this cloud of smoky stuff that's kind of happening around that we just assume is related to the gunfire, right?
Yeah, when you see a big muzzle flash.
Not fire, but gunfire. Yeah.
Well, here's the bigger question, more than guns. If you throw a person onto a hockey table, does it explode into roaring flames?
Well, yeah, that is the most flammable material. I mean, nobody should be around it. If you break the surface, everybody goddamn dies.
And it's so in the moment.
Wait, what?
So in the moment, you heard this audio we played, someone is tossed down onto what we've referred to as the hockey table, which is really their strategic command table, move the troops around type thing, allocation of resources, whatever. When that person hits it, flames shoot straight up, and you even hear
that thing fucking explodes.
Yeah, and you hear
and then it is a bonfire.
Yeah. Now,
I don't know of any electrical equipment that I have in my house that I could smash. I mean, I'm looking at my TV that's the size of that. If I smash it, it's off. It doesn't just burst into flames and take my house down.
And especially because this is supposed to be futuristic. Maybe in the futuristic type things, whatever the lighting power
by
source
gasoline?
was. Yeah, I don't know. But I
thought, the year 1990.
I knew you were going to do that
power
for some reason.
All electronics by gasoline.
So I looked at it and I thought if it were to catch on fire, that's one thing. But that roaring fire is absurd. It's just Other than that they wanted to set it on fire.
I would take that big explosion at the beginning of the sparks and everything, but then, it's the Star Trek thing where we've got hit, Captain, and then